This is actually a pretty tough and controversial question to answer, so I'll give you pros and cons. I do understand what you mean by strategic voting, though, as in voting politicians that are maybe less ideal candidates than who you actually want to vote for, but are more likely to win due to popular support. First, it can be a tool to block your least preferred candidate by ensuring another person that is almost as popular, even if they aren't necessarily who you would usually vote for, wins instead of them. Second, it can be a way to get good but imperfect policies passed instead of quote unquote wasting your vote on perfect policies that are unlikely to win. Third, strategic voting will happen with or without you. Even if you vote for a candidate that you truly like, there's no guarantee that other people will do the same. Now for the cons. If everyone votes strategically, then smaller or independent parties or candidates might lose public support or funding, which means that they will no longer be able to run in later elections if people see that no one voted for them. Second, strategic voting can lead to the inflation of perceived public support for parties that people don't actually want to vote for, but vote for because they believe everyone else will. Third, at some point, you also do have to recognize you're complicit in a system that helps consolidate power for people that are popular, rather than voting based on who you believe has better policies. Unfortunately, some people really are incentivized towards strategic voting because of our somewhat broken way of handling elections. If you are considering strategic voting, three things to keep in mind. First, how close is the electoral race? Second, how much do you dislike the frontrunner? And third, do you think your favorite candidate can survive a low turnout? If the race is close and you really dislike the frontrunner and your favorite candidate can survive a low turnout, then perhaps the pragmatic choice would be to vote strategically. But if the answer to any of those questions is otherwise, then perhaps you might want to reconsider. Overall, though, I do think this is a very important conversation to have. So, what do you guys think? Should we vote strategically or should we vote for the candidate that we think has the best policies?